Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2010 drama, Bits a comedy film, Bits, Cherry. This stars Kyle Gallner, a slew of other people are in this. This is a great film. I'm very impressed with it, and I didn't know it existed until about a week ago when I was looking to see what Kyle films I haven't seen, what Kyle films I can see, what are presented to me, whether through streaming, whether through other means. Do I own it? Things, right? So Cherry popped up, 2010 Cherry. So Kyle plays this 17-year-old freshman in college who not runs into, but like gets acquainted with this older college student who is in her 30s. So let's just assume, for argument's sake, she's 34, right? She's in her 30s. She has a 14-year-old daughter, okay? So she's twice his age, right? Doesn't act it, obviously, because they're all of like-minded intellectual, since they're all at the same Ivy League school, right? But he starts to fall for her. And she's, you know, not stringing him along, but, like, likes his company. She likes his mind. So she's, like, hanging out with him and, like, letting him stay over, you know, just for, you know, acquaintance, friendship purposes. But she's kind of sort of liking him. He definitely likes her, but then the 14-year-old daughter likes him, the 17-year-old. So it's a matter now, is he going to start crushing on the 14-year-old who's 3 years younger than him, or is he going to continue crushing on the woman who's twice his age, 17 years older than him? Very interesting social dynamic in regards to commentary, what happens in these situations. I didn't expect a lot of the film. I didn't expect the cop boyfriend to be helpful. I thought he was just a douche throughout the entire thing, but then, like, he helped certain things. So the 34-year-old has some problems, right? She has drinking problems that she's been staying away from, but then she goes back to it. Kyle's character, Aaron's parents are constantly just being frustrating throughout the entirety of the film. It's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of who's he going to sleep with. It's very interesting. His roommate is just annoying, but then everybody comes together and helps him, you know, with his science project at the end, Can He Walk on Water? And how it all ties into effect of him studying for it, but him drawing stuff as well, because he likes art, but he's forced to do science. It's good. It's a matter of, do you do what your parents tell you to do, or will you allow yourself to question and experiment and see what you actually like and see what you actually want to do? Very interesting. That's the best word for this film, interesting. I felt a lot of the heart. I felt a lot of the anguish. I felt a lot of the what happens next. It's very well done. I was very impressed with it. Kyle is a fantastic artist, and this is why we've been doing this mini, you know, Kyle Gallner marathon, because he's just incredible, and he doesn't get enough credit. And the resurgence of Kyle started when I watched the what was it, Smile? He just was awesome. And I was like, yeah, I know he's been in so many things that nobody talks about. Why does nobody talk about him? He's awesome. And this just proves it. 2010 was Nightmare on Elm Street, which he was in, which he played a high school student. And 2010 was also Cherry, which he played a college student. So technically he was 17 in both films, which is interesting. But he was so smart that that's why he was a 17-year-old freshman in this Ivy League college, in this Ivy League university. So the talent that he elicits, and I said this in the last review, is when he's angry, you feel it. When he's sad, you feel it. When he's questioning, you feel it. When he's contemplating, you feel it. He can elicit the emotion through the camera. That way you can feel it. So when he breathes deep, you feel something, and it's very rare. It's very rare that someone is capable of doing that through means of art, through means of camera, through means of film. So I will always be amazed with his talent. I was amazed with his talent in the very first thing I ever saw him in, which was 2009's Jennifer's Body. That was the first thing I ever saw him in. He did films prior to that, but I didn't see anything prior to that he was in. That was the first thing I ever saw him in, and then was like, hey, who is this? I like him. So that's why all these years later, we're still championing our Scream King, Kyle Gallner. Now, this was not a horror film. This was more drama. It had its funny moments, but he's multi-talented. He's versatile when it comes to his acting abilities, when it comes to his craft. I will praise him until the day I die, and after that, and the next life after that, and so on and so forth, and what have you. There's a little Suhek throw in from there. But, yeah, Kyle Garner, man. Cherry, the title was actually explained, thankfully. Sometimes films do not do that, so it was a big thing within a cherry stick, cherry stem. Can you actually tie it with your tongue, or is it a trick that you do it in your hands before you put it in your mouth and you just show the person as an illusion, right? The prestige. Or the other meaning of the cherry aspect of the word within the title of the film is popping one's cherry, right? Losing your V card, losing one's virginity, no longer becoming a virgin, actually sleeping with someone, right? So that was the throw into that as well. Two different sides of that, which I liked. Very well done. Very good film. Nobody talks about it. Everybody should watch it. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.